If you've hit a roadblock in life, if you're in a rut, if you are right now just realizing that it's already August and oh my God, where did the year go? First off, same. And second off, I think it would be very easy for me to sit here and tell you about all the good things that have happened this year. Yeah, it could be helpful, but it could also be super alienating. If you have had a rough year so far, that is the last thing you want to hear. And I don't know, given the economy, given the state of the world, given the fact that life is topsy-turvy at the best of times, I think it might be more comforting if I talk you through all of the things that I have been failing at. Alrighty, this video, me doing the opposite. My 7 worst productivity habits to make you feel better about yourself. So lately, I've been letting the following things sit untouched for weeks. Emails, messages, admin. If you've written to me in like the past forever, I have not written back. Mountains of garage junk and weird drawer stuff, but not in the garage or drawer. I've covered most surfaces in my house with random tools and art supplies. Also untouched are like 45 half-baked projects, all of the books et al. On my bedside table, and this channel. And my feelings about this will become clear towards the end of the video, because there's a bit more to it. Next up, I'd like to walk you through my current morning routine. Firstly, I wake up anytime between 4 a.m. and 9 a.m. That's not a joke. Here's me this morning.
Oh God, I look terrible. But this is literally this morning. Whereas yesterday, it was like 9. Whoa.
No alarm, no consistency, no idea why I'm like this. Next, I immediately drink a strong coffee and have a bunch of meds, and within 10 minutes of stumbling out of bed, I have mindlessly unlocked my phone. Specifically what I do here is use my dumb morning brain to respond to all of these little chess notifications to play the worst moves that you've ever seen in your life. Then my daughter wakes up. Life is good. We eat breakfast, we draw, we play for a while, then my wife usually wakes up, we hang out. This repeats for like a long time. I should say sucks only for productivity. This is beautiful. Next, I think about work, but instead I clean. I just decide that this is a more important thing. As I do this, I make sure to oscillate back and forth with the unlocking of my phone. And then I search for absolutely anything that could derail me. When I find nothing, I reluctantly start work. Like 4 hours later. Now on that note of excessive phone use in chess, we have number 3. I've been filling my brain with podcasts and all of my spare time with a lot of chess. Like so much. I don't know what's gotten into me, man. Something just switched in my brain, and I decided that this is all I care about. Anyway, the equation looks something like this. So my phone has basically become a fancy chess and podcast machine, and my brain, it's a not so fancy monkey machine. These two together means that I have been a grandmaster of nothing, and the only big numbers that I'm hitting at the moment is screen time. Yuck, yuck. All right, what's next on this self-roast? Is it working, by the way? It might not be. He might just be like, dude, stop. So, as of late, I've been defaulting to the backwards Pareto. So the Pareto principle, sometimes known as the 80-20 rule, states that 80% of your results typically comes from 20% of your efforts. The idea is that you audit everything that you do and then just select for the small, impactful things and do more of those so you get more of the result. That's the idea, right? Here's how I've been doing it. I have just been on autopilot. When I'm on autopilot, it's nothing but 80 down to 20. Here's some examples. Writing. The small task with big results would be me just churning out words, the shitty first drafts. But instead, I find myself sinking hours into agonizing over word choice. Videos, I really just need a solid idea, I need it shot good, I need a well-paced edit, and I need to upload. But instead, I get caught up in sound effects, archival footage, fonts, and unique graphics. Money. I really should spend more time just, I don't know, understanding how like tax works and stuff. But instead I find myself wasting energy being penny wise and dollar dumb. Of course, while all of this is going on, a fun little mental habit, I avoid my goals by convincing myself that inaction is preparation. This is a real big brain move. So you start with a metaphor of pulling back the arrow, which is a very healthy symbol for preparation. You've got to go backwards in order to go forwards. But then you conflate this whole concept to justify why you are moving further and further and further and further and further from your goal. You're just preparing. Just a little bit more prep and I'm gonna soar, right? Wrong, by the way. That wasn't clear. All right, speaking of going pro, here's procrastination. Here we have the CEO of Thinking, Malcolm Gladwell, 10,000 hours and you will be glad and well at anything. I never said that, but I have definitely got my 10,000 hours in procrastination. And let me tell you, when you are procrastinating at this level, it's all about rebranding, baby. So procrastination, as we all know, is about having something that you have to do and then avoiding it. Just kind of ignoring it. But eventually you run into the problem that it still exists. So if you really want to avoid something, avoid calling it what it really is. Just give it a new label. Here is some things that I've been doing. Avoiding human interaction. No, I've been going monk mode. Cleaning to avoid work? No, this is work. I need a clean space to get a clean headspace, actually. Watching 4 hours of YouTube? This is actually research. And falling down the content hole and just melting into the couch, I believe you'll find that is now called self-care. Yes, it makes me feel worse about myself, but counterpoint, I'm lying down. If you want to know how you can procrastinate better in your life, here we have something that I am calling the Flakes Gambit. So let's say you're looking at an open day and you come across the decision, do I want to work out or do I want to work? Here's what you do. So first step, 1, choose an option. Just any option, doesn't matter. I'm gonna work out. 2, now unchoose that option. So now you got no options. All right, 3, lose an hour somehow. 4, get stuck in decision limbo, ideally stressed. And 5, just repeat. Just keep doing that over and over and over again until it's already August. Damn. And coming in at number 7, the big boss of the bad things that I've been doing a lot lately that I wish I wasn't. Advanced self-sabotage. So I break this into actions, thoughts, and beliefs. So my self-sabotage, I'll use this channel for an example. What I do is I build momentum and then just completely disappear. As soon as things look like they're going good, I gotta kill it. Why? Well, I don't know, because when it comes to thoughts, I just stick my head in the sand. A huge part of self-sabotage is going off habit, impulse, autopilot. So this roughly represents my thought process. Finally, we get to beliefs. And this is like the really upsetting stuff when you really break it down. But essentially, I've just been emotionally equating success with catastrophe. All of my goals in life, for a whole bunch of reasons, I have started to associate with punishment. And man, it's gotten to the point where enough is enough. And I need to flip that script, hence this video, but we'll get there very soon. Essentially, the thought looks like this. If I get too big, the added exposure will make me an easy target for something bad, something real bad. And that is how I've been doing it. But here's the thing. I was up to O in my alphabet superset, and I was thinking about the word opposite. And I was like, well, what is the opposite of a video about improving your life? A video about all the things in your life that are going wrong. But that question, what if I did the opposite, started to take on another meaning. You come to a roadblock in life and you've been trying one thing. What if I just flip the script? You know that quote, a problem well defined is a problem half solved? Literally, as I was making this video, which was just gonna be the negative, after labeling all of the things that I have failed at, I realized that I had actually made a scaffold for change. Because those 7 things that were holding me back, once I really spelled them out, they just turned into 7 ways forward. All right. 1, start small, but you have to start. Since beginning this video, I've been writing back to all of them. I've even started clearing stuff up, and I've finally put away some art supplies and some tools. Half-baked projects, I've decided which ones are staying, which ones are going. And this channel, hey, hello. 2, keep what's working, ditch what sucks. My morning routine sucks, but only for productivity. And what I realized is that I actually love my morning routine, but I only really love this half. I only love the half that involves my daughter and my wife and us all hanging out. All of the problems are me problems. They're all things that I do that I personally control. And essentially it boils down to avoidance and distraction. Which brings us to 3. If you're driven by obsessions, don't fight it, use it. I fill my brain with podcasts in my spare time with a lot of chess. So I've decided to use chess as a reward. My love for it should be used, and I've decided to use podcasts only when I'm drawing for the book. 4, find people that you love to see win and hold each other accountable. Next up, this is probably the clearest opposite, me defaulting to the backwards Pareto, and probably the easiest one because I think most people default to doing the not important stuff. But in order to solve this, me and a couple of friends have decided that we are gonna hold each other accountable, just like a weekly check-in to make sure that we all did the thing that we were meant to do. Because I think so many habits, you look for a hack, you look for the shortcut that's gonna make everything easier, but turns out it is just doing it a lot and often. 5, start before you're ready. Convincing myself that inaction is preparation. To do the opposite of this, I just flip these 2 terms and realize that preparation is inaction. It's not, you get me. 6, don't lie to yourself. This is all about not rebranding. So I think it's admitting to myself that I have been avoiding human interaction. I have been cleaning to avoid work. I have been watching 4 hours of YouTube, and I have been falling down the content hole. And that felt scarier to me before I said it out loud just then. But saying it out loud is, I don't know, it's a big part of it, isn't it? And 7, the only way is through. And this brings us to advanced self-sabotage. Build momentum, then disappear. So doing the opposite of this is building momentum and then sticking around. And that's the commitment that I want to make now. So where I think I will finish this is with a book that my daughter loves. My daughter, who painted my beautiful nails. And it's a book that you probably know. You know the bear hunt book? We're going on a bear hunt. We're gonna catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Anyway, they get to all of these little roadblocks, you know, like a forest, a grass, mud, a blizzard. It's a very interesting terrain where they live. And each time this family comes to a crossroads, they say, well, we can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we've got to go through it. And that's where I'm at. All right, have a beautiful day. Catch ya.